Ah, the White Hart, lying majestically on Hyde Road, opposite Springbank Court, or Naylor's Mill as it used to be called, featuring a car park on each side of the pub, a patio to the rear, and a covered smoking area for those nauseating nicotine addicts amongst you. Inside featuring a large dining area, business seems to have been affected by the opening of Joshua Bradley's and the fact they seem to think that selling frozen sponge pudding dessert is acceptable because the chef's in a bad mood. Onto the railway. As the railway bridge above lends its shelter to this local's pub, one can enjoy the atmosphere when they show football on the TV. However, one must bear in mind that you won't be able to hear the volume on the TV due to the fact some people are playing a traditional game of cribbage and need silence. Cribbage is a game which the only qualification to play is that you're as dull as dishwater, it seems. Oh, and there's an area at the back of the pub for you often yellow-fingered smokers. Ah, the navigation. How could you forget? Although it seems quiet these days, so plenty have forgot. It wears its neatly trimmed bowling green like a lady wears a fine ball gown, situated at the rear of the pub with seating for both bowlers and spectators alike. A nice place to spend a sunny afternoon with a pint of mixed ale and a good read. If you can bear to be near one of those smoking types, that is. Upon entering the inside, one is met with an interesting atmosphere. One of being stuck in an old people's home in the 1950s. Let's move on, shall we? Oh, the Woodley Arms, yes. Started life as boot and clogger before changing its name several times and becoming rather well known for drug dealing and police raids. The place can change its name many times, as it has, but changing the clientele is quite different. Probably just a matter of time before one of the skinny oinks burns it down. Oh, and there's a little area at the back for those who like to inject themselves with drugs of various descriptions. Ah, and on to the Crown. With its double-fronted splendour, it sits facing Bredbury recreational ground. One can always be sure to see a wretched smoker outside as one passes. A place to pop in for a relaxing pint, maybe, whilst listening to Manchester City songs sung by all the thugs waiting to board the bus to the game. Their life, like the game, sure to end in disappointment. Ah, the rising of the sun. A cosy little pub with an inviting atmosphere where one could eat and be merry. Even though it's an extremely limited menu and the beer garden's the size of a postage stamp, you can always sit out front and fill one's lungs with lead from the passing traffic. Might as well sit next to a social leper and smell like an ashtray then. Ah, the traveller's call. Of bay-windowed majesty it sits, nestled at the lights of Stockport Road and Ashton Road, with parking at the side and a covered smoking area for the smellies. Suppose I have to put them somewhere. This is a pub I could wax lyrical about all day, but I've never been in the place. Ah, the Greyhound. I wonder who remembers a junk collection there. It must have taken them years to collect all those. How the public stripped naked without them. However, bearing in mind the clientele, it's probably best the jugs were removed. Of course, the only thing that resembles a jug in there now is the landlord. As Prince Charles would say, a monstrous carbuncle it surely is. Let's hope his mother never finds out such a place is named after her. A place where the fights take place inside or outside at any given time of day. And that's just the women. Local legend would have you believe that it's named the Queen's after the men that go in there. Well, I hope you've found this helpful, and cheers, or whatever it is you drinkers say.